Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ask ServiceMonster show, where you've got questions about your service business and we've got your answer. Today, question comes from Lori. She's got a fairly successful rug and air duct and carpet cleaning business. She's got some restoration going on too, and she wants to build that up. She asks, when is the most appropriate time to hire a sales rep, or should you even hire a sales rep at all? The real answer here is day one. Hire a sales rep on day one. That's unrealistic, of course, if you're a small service business just starting off as a mom and pop or single owner operator. But here's the dirty little secret, boys and girls. You are sales reps. Everyone in your organization is kind of a sales rep. Your technicians and the people who answer your phone, they're all already sales reps to some degree or another. You have to be good at sales in order to grow your business well, and you're either going to learn it or you're going to be a ninja from day one. Hell, I was even a sales ninja before I even learned a lick of code. I did some door-to-door for Cutco Cutlery. I did some telemarketing for a window installation company, and I was on the high-end sales floor of pro audio gear at Guitar Center for a year. I had some sales chops coming in. I was lucky at that. If you don't and you're new at business, man, partner with somebody who does. It's going to seriously affect how well you grow, how many deals you pull in. Marketing and branding, that's one thing, right? That's establishing a brand within your community so the phone calls and the leads will come. The sales opportunity happens when you're actually talking to somebody. It's that personal relationship. So you're already doing sales as an owner operator or mom and pop, and your technicians as you grow are doing sales or not in the home. And really that upsell potential, right? Those technicians with a little bit of sales savvy are going to have higher tickets than the ones who just keep their heads down and clean. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have cleaners. Obviously, a lot of those sales guys who can talk to Mrs. Smith very well aren't necessarily great about getting the dirt out of the corners. So there's a balance there, right? But the question Lori really wanted to know, when do you actually hire a dedicated salesperson? What do they do? Like, my answer to that is third. Like, the first person should be your office person. The second person should be your person that gets you off the truck. You can reverse those if you want to. I did a video on which one you should do first. And then the third person should be someone who's responsible for helping you grow your business directly. The technician's going to be performing the work. That's post-sale. The agent on the phone already has a little bit of sales, but she's playing catch, right? Leads are coming in, the phone calls are coming in, answering the phone and booking those jobs. But a rainmaker, someone who can actually draw attention, pull in a crowd, start to cultivate leads and build relationships, that's significant. And if you're not doing that in your business yourself, which you should be doing, getting someone to do that function is essential, especially if you want to go into commercial sales, right? Let's face it, when the do not call list came, it evaporated cold calling for residential neighborhoods. Just isn't viable anymore. But the commercial market's still available, especially for cold calling. Not saying it's a great idea, I'm just saying I've seen people win doing it. They can do a handful of things around the office too, maybe manage some of the social media accounts, working on cultivating your brand in your area. They can take on some of those marketing duties as well. They can also glad hand with current clients, right? I mean, walking around the neighborhood, doing door-to-door sales isn't unheard of, but how about going to clients' neighborhoods and just saying, hey, I want to check in with you. Going to those commercial accounts and dropping off those donuts, right? Law of reciprocity for Mr. Partridge. You get it, right? There's a handful of things they could be doing, but it all should be geared towards paying for themselves within 6 months. So here's the catch, kids. When you bring in a salesperson, you need to make sure that they're pulling their weight, because they're not actually producing any work. They're actually supposed to be responsible for bringing the work in. And so if you build a commission system and sales structure so that their pay is tied to their performance, within 6 months, they should be paying for themselves. And that's when you know you've got a little engine that you can just crank on, right? Maybe add somebody else on the marketing team to help offset their responsibilities and their duties. It is your responsibility, though, to make sure that the pipeline is clean and that you're supporting your salespeople well. You can't just throw somebody in the hot seat and say, okay, in 6 months, the clock starts, right? And so if you're not paying for yourself, you're gone. See ya. and walk away and just expect them to know what the hell's going on. You've got to support them. You have to help them build a pipeline, but then handling that pipeline, closing those deals, getting those jobs booked, getting those commercial accounts estimated. Even in restoration, when you're working with your insurance agents and claim adjusters, it gets complicated. That's kind of moving into a project management role, realistically, but even those guys have some sales chops, right? So sales is everywhere. So just wrapping up for today, be a ninja in sales or hire somebody as soon as possible. Make them pay for themselves in 6 months and keep their pipeline full. Give them great support. Until next time, kids, subscribe to our YouTube channel, go check out the demo, give us a call.